भैया एक जगह तो वहाँ पे मीटिंग है, जहाँ आना है, कहाँ जाएंगे? आप यहाँ पर आगे बैठो। Yes, yes, thank you.
वॉल्यूम ठीक करिए, आवाज ठीक करो। My esteemed colleagues on the bench, Mr. Justice Ajay Rastogi, former Judge, Supreme Court of India, Honorable former judges of this court, Shri Mahendra Singh Singhvi, Learned Advocate General, Rajasthan, Shri Kapil Prakash Mathur, Vice Chairman, Bar Council of Rajasthan, Jaipur, Shri Deepak Thanvi, Joint Secretary, Rajasthan High Court Advocates Association, Jodhpur, Shri Ravi Bansali, President, Rajasthan High Court Lawyers Association, Jodhpur, Shri Mahendra Chandler, President, Rajasthan High Court Bar Association, Jaipur, Shri Kamal Kishore Sharma, President, Jaipur Bar Association, Jaipur, learned senior advocates, learned members of the bar, members of the Judicial Services and Registry, Madam Mrs. Indu Gaur, and other dignified family members, guests, ladies and gentlemen. We have gathered here once again in a short span of less than 1 month to bid farewell to our warm and affectionate, esteemed colleague and brother, Justice Ashok Kumar Gaur, who is demitting office after rendering spotless, selfless, impact-filled, and meaningful tenure of more than 6 years. Brother Justice Gaur was born on 25th of September 1961 in the family of a renowned lawyer, late Shri Prakash Singh Ji Gaur at Alwar. After receiving his early education at Alwar, he did BCom from PMB Gujarati College, Indore in 1980 and obtained the degree of law from University of Law Campus, Jaipur in the year 1984 and enrolled himself as an advocate with the Bar Council of Rajasthan in the same year. He started his practice in Rajasthan High Court in the year 1988 and soon established a flourishing practice in almost all branches of law, having specialization in the field of service, constitution, revenue and tax. He remained standing counsel for the Income Tax Department and also panel lawyer for the Rajasthan High Court. In recognition of his outstanding contribution to the legal field, he was designated as a senior advocate by the Rajasthan High Court in January 2011. Thereafter, he also practiced in the Hon'ble Supreme Court. His aptitude in legal profession resulted in his appointment on government panels like Medical and Health Department, Irrigation Department, Ajmer Vidyut Vitran Nigam Limited, Sanskrit University, etc. As an advocate, Brother Justice Gaur enjoyed good reputation, illustrious practice, and earned a prominent place in the bar. looking to his intellectuality, merit, and roaring success in the legal profession. He was called to the bench of Rajasthan High Court as an additional judge on 16th May 2017 and took oath as a permanent judge on 31st August 2018. Brother Justice Gaur is such a popular and familiar personality who needs no introduction, and I take this opportunity to share some of his qualities and contributions made to the administration of justice. To my mind, Brother Justice Gaur is an ordinary man with extraordinary abilities. He is ordinary in his humility and extraordinary in his approach. He is a brilliant and complete judge, besides being a multi-talented personality. He is a fine human being who is known for his gentle manners, simplicity, generosity, and punctuality. Forthrightness and straightforwardness are his forte. He never believed in pretensions and continues to be the same inside out, as well as in the court, as also in his common life. He always gives priority to quality in work and dispenses justice with even hands, with significant degree of humanity and understanding of the human nature. It is said that best leaders operate in four dimensions, that is vision, reality, ethics, and courage. And all these four attributes he possesses to the hilt. In his court, there was never any hustling or unpleasantness. Rather, even the losing side departed with a feeling of satisfaction. Through his industry and patience, sound knowledge of law, and fairness in conducting cases, the trust that people pose in our judicial system has been greatly enhanced, always encouraging and guiding the junior members of the bar in the skill of legal profession, but uncompromising, firm, and unbending when it came to upholding the rule of law and independence of judiciary. At this juncture, I would refer to the quote of a great philosopher, Confucius. The superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. Unquote. And I have no hesitation to say that Brother Justice Gaur is that kind of a persona. No one can really say he was not what a judge is expected to be. Throughout his distinguished career as a judge, he maintained consistency and momentum to clear the backlog of cases in whatever roster he was assigned with. He has disposed of number of cases while sitting in the single bench and division benches, and while doing so, he has shown his powers and legal acumen, uncanny ability coupled with extraordinary intelligence, and a desire to decide even the most complex and difficult issues are palpable and reflected in his judgments. There would be no branch of law which remained untouched during his tenure. He penned down a number of landmark and path-breaking judgments on various subjects of law, which are occupying a dominant place in law journals and are often cited. It can therefore be summed up that the decisions rendered by him stand out for this incise analysis, clarity and expression, scholarship and depth of legal knowledge. Brother Justice Gaur not only made a mark on the judicial side, but he has shown his commitment to institutional development as well as the administrative side, being member of various committees. He was a restless striver, eager to ensure and fulfill the task he was assigned with. His esteemed views and suggestions were of immense help for us to resolve the complex issues with ease. Rule of law can only be maintained if there are judges of quality of as Brother Justice Gaur. who are true custodians of the Constitution. He has rendered all possible assistance that the institution expects from a judge in discharging his constitutional obligations. His fragrance emitted by his outstanding work reached everywhere. He performed in such a manner which not only brought glory to him, but also enhanced the credibility of the institution, thereby consolidating the faith of the litigating masses in the justice delivery system. He shall always be remembered by his tremendous support in all court relating activities as well as the discipline he maintained on and off the bench. There is no doubt that with the superannuation, Brother Justice Gaur, the bench and the bar of Rajasthan High Court will be losing a brilliant and illustrious judge. However, he shall always remain in our hearts. His distinguished career will continue to glitter and inspire the legal fraternity. I'm sure that in future also, he would dedicate himself with same commitment and spirit to serve the cause of justice and humanity. It is said that retirement marks the end of working for someone else and beginning of living for self. I am sure that now Brother Justice Gaur would be free to pursue his passions and hobbies, which he has not been able to because of the dearth of time all these years, during which he has strived long and hard to achieve the goals that his assignment demanded. Before concluding, I would like to wish Madam Indu Gaur a lifetime of togetherness with the man she had stood by in his remarkable journey. I also convey good luck and best wishes to his beloved sons, Avdesh and Anirudh, for the bright career and to reach the goals that they set for themselves. I, on behalf of my brother and sister judges, and on my own behalf, wish Brother Justice Gaur all the very best in all his future pursuits, continued good health, long life, and fulfilling occupations in future as well. Thank you.
Honorable the Chief Justice, Shri Augustine George Massey, Honorable Justice Shri Ashok Kumar Gaur, Honorable Judges of Rajasthan High Court at Jodhpur and Jaipur, Honorable Justice Shri Ajay Rastogi, former Judge, Supreme Court of India, Honorable Justice Shri Prakash Gupta Sahab, former Judge of this court, Shri Kapil Prakash Mathur, Vice Chairman, Bar Council of Rajasthan, Shri Deepak Thanvi, Joint Secretary, Rajasthan High Court Advocates Association, Jodhpur, Shri Ravi Bansali, President, Rajasthan High Court Lawyers Association, Jodhpur, Shri Mahendra Shandilya, President, Rajasthan High Court Bar Association, Jaipur, Shri Kamal Kishore Sharma, President, the Bar Association, Jaipur, learned senior advocates, learned members of the bar, learned officers of the registry and officers of the judicial courts, respected Srimati Indu Gaur and family members of Justice Ashok Kumar Gaur, ladies and gentlemen. In the year 1988, a young, handsome law graduate entered the portals of this august institution to fulfill his ambitions, career, excelled therein, and while at the peak of his practice, chose to adorn the bench, rendered glorious service as a judge of this institution, and now demitting the office today. He is none other than Honorable Justice Shri Ashok Kumar Gaur, in whose honor I stand here to bid a farewell this afternoon. Born in 1961 in the family of late Shri O.P. Gaur Sahab, an advocate practicing in Alwar district, and had up initial schooling in Kishangarh Bas, then from Tijara, and ultimately obtained degree in law from University of Rajasthan. Justice Gaur started practice in 1988 in the chamber of Honorable Justice G.S. Singhvi. Yesterday evening, while I was finalizing this speech, I thought it apt to know from Justice Singhvi about Justice Gaur as to what should I speak. He said, and I quote, I found him very sincere from day one, hardworking, honest, disciplined, and passionate towards profession. He would follow my command in letter and spirit, used to be punctual and regular in court, and I always found him sitting in the courtroom and hearing the arguments irrespective of the fact that a case of my chamber was there or not. This enabled him to learn the art of advocacy by listening to other eminent lawyers also and watching their court craft. Unquote. Justice Singhvi further added that these are the traits which every young lawyer should imbibe to excel in the profession. Justice God would examine the fresh brief to find out whether the cause for which prospective client came to him is justified and there are chances of getting relief. Only when he was convinced, he would accept the brief. He was always fair not only to his client, but also to his colleague as well as the court. This made Justice God very popular in the bar as well as amongst the litigants. His lordship got an opportunity to start independent practice 2 years after he remained in the chamber of Justice Singhvi, as Justice Singhvi got elevated as judge of this court in July 1990. Various clients of Justice Singhvi reposed faith in Justice God and preferred to carry on their briefs with Justice God. In a few years of independent practice, Justice God had put up a very handsome practice. Justice God practiced in various branches of law, namely service matters, company matters, matters relating to admission to educational institutions, matters relating to revenue laws. Justice God gained his prominence as a leading lawyer on the service side, and that would be apparent from the fact that in most of the important service matters, one would find Justice God appearing either for the petitioner or for the private respondent. His integrity was impeccable and possessed high degree of mannerism apart from deep knowledge of law, which enabled him to gain status of an eminent lawyer. His professional abilities also got attention from various departments, income tax, Rajasthan High Court, government departments, autonomous bodies, which thought fit to take the services of Justice God. The way in which Justice God used to prepare his cases and place before the Honorable Court was immaculate with perfection. One would find very formidable opponent while appearing against Justice God. The work of Justice God was recognized by full court when Justice God was designated as senior advocate in 2011. After designation as senior advocate, Justice God became one of the preferred senior advocates by the law firms for engagement. Contribution of Justice God as an advocate towards legal profession in development of administrative law, in particular service jurisprudence, has been remarkable. Notwithstanding such robust practice put in by him, he was very popular amongst the younger generation, not only because of his knowledge, but also because of his behavior. Even if he disagreed with somebody, he will never show his tempers. Though thousands of cases argued by Justice God came to be decided by this court, and many of those cases are reported in law journals, on this occasion I deem it appropriate to refer to few of them where important questions of law has been laid down by this court. In an intra-court appeal titled Neelam Sharma versus State of Rajasthan, wherein the order of learned single judge holding women candidate belonging to reserved category cannot be migrated to general category as principle applicable to reservation under 16.4, Article 16.4 is not applicable to special provision created under Article 15.3 was under challenge. Appearing as a senior counsel on behalf of the appellant, it was successfully argued by his lordship that in the event a women candidate belonging to OBC category sources secures more marks than women candidate of open category, her candidature is required to be considered in open category, and such consideration does not amount to migration. In the case of Dr. Anil Kumar, Justice God successfully pleaded in favor of percentile system adopted in medical admission to postgraduate courses in medical. In the case of Gajendra Singh, Justice God successfully persuaded the court to hold amendment in the Rajasthan Administrative Service Rules, laying down revised criteria of merit, though introduced in the midst of the year, had to be applied prospectively, and the vacancies arising prior to amendment though within the same year, are required to be bifurcated and are required to be filled up under the unamended rules as well as amended rules respectively. In the case of Ravenson Optics India Limited, appearing for the company, Justice God argued that in the matter of valuation of shares by the expert for the purpose of reduction of share capital of a company, the court could ordinarily accept the same unless valuation is found to be perverse. The valuation cannot be examined by company court as an appellate authority. In the matter of Hisar Khan versus State of Rajasthan, appearing for intervener, he successfully pleaded that Section 88 of the Rajasthan Land Revenue Act cannot be invoked for deciding complicated questions of fact and law. He also assisted the court in determining the scope of doctrine of lost grant. Justice God was elevated as judge of this court in May 1917. After elevation, Justice God shares division bench with number of eminent judges and then presided as in the single bench. As a judge of Rajasthan High Court, Justice God had occasion to sit in almost all kinds of rosters. His lordship always used to extend very patient hearing to all the lawyers appearing before him, whether senior or junior, and would examine the matter from all angles, and only after being convinced he would entertain the matter and pass appropriate orders. Though very simple and courteous, Justice God has been very firm while serving as judge of this august institution. Consistency in practice and decorum in the courtroom was hallmark of the working of Justice God. While discharging the function as judge of this court, Justice God always had compassion with and empathy for downtrodden sections of the society with his deep knowledge of law and robust common sense. Coupled with compassionate approach, Justice God has decided large number of cases. Law journals are testimony of the cases decided by his lordships. Though his distinguished career as a judge, Justice God has delivered numerous judgments on various jurisdictions, which have immensely contributed to the growth of procedural and substantive law, few of which deserve special mention. In the case of Chandresh Sankla, the petitioner had filed PIL litigation claiming that the respondents, by permitting Dream 11 game to be played, are committing offense of gambling and betting. Speaking for the division bench, Justice God held that the fantasy game of Dream 11 cannot be said to be falling within the gambling activities, as the same involves substantial skills. While dismissing PIL, the Honorable Division Bench opined that firstly, the competitions where success depends upon substantial degree of skill are not gambling, and secondly, despite there being an element of chance, if game is preponderantly a game of skill, it would nevertheless be considered to be a game of skill. In the case of Oriental Insurance Company versus Vijay Kumar Gupta, the petitioner company challenged order of permanent lok adalat, wherein its action of repudiating the claim of claimant respondent on the ground of violation of conditions of mediclaim policy was rejected. His lordships held that insurance company cannot be permitted to resort to exclusion clause to deny genuine claims of the insured persons. In the case of Rajaram Gurjar versus State of Rajasthan, question arose before the Honorable Court with regard to the scope of powers of suspension of elected representatives conferred by Municipalities Act. His lordships, while discussing the scope of Section 39(6) of the Rajasthan Municipalities Act, took note of the fact that the petitioner had been informed that he had committed serious misconduct in discharge of his duties and misused his position as chairman of the municipal council, and that the state government had decided to conduct judicial inquiry against him. The contention of the petitioner that no opportunity of hearing was granted by the state government, nor an inquiry was conducted by the state government or by an officer, and further no report was prepared by such officer or the state government, was discarded by the Honorable Court, while holding that the provisions of 39(6) do not in any manner contemplate that show cause notice is required to be given or an explanation is required to be called from the chairman, members of the municipal council. Thereby, the action of the state government was held to be in conformity with the provisions of the Act of 2009. Speaking for the division bench in the case of Mukesh Kumar Saini, his lordships held that it is open for the employer to prescribe the conditions for the purpose of appointment on compassionate ground, including the condition of having less than 2 children on the cutoff date. Thereby, the rule framed by the corporation was held to be valid, but at the same time was held to be not applicable in the circumstances of the case. In the case of Rajasthan State Agro Industries Limited, while deciding application for releasing the company from winding up proceedings, Justice God held that it is jurisdiction of the company, it is within the jurisdiction of the company court to allow withdrawal of winding up proceedings at any stage before dissolution of the company takes place. Mere passing of the winding up and appointment of the liquidator does not take away the right of court to withdraw the order of winding up, thereby providing opportunity to the company to revive its activities. In the case of Additional Commissioner versus Kesari Vanaspati Products, by detailed judgment, considering the scope of provisions of the Companies Act, His Lordships held that secured creditors will have precedence over the state dues in the matter of payment of dues in the winding up proceedings. While deciding the writ petition in the case of V.K. God, it was held by Justice God that vacancies arising out of deputation exceeding 1 year, as also ex-cadre post getting converted with retrospective effect, can be taken into consideration for holding a review DPC for making promotion in the cadre of selection grade of RPS. In a recent judgment dated 13 September 23, in the case of Mithun Kumar Badgujar, Justice God held that graduation in a particular subject would mean that a candidate has studied the said subject for the entire duration of graduation and not part of the graduation. Sir, it is often said, and rightly so, bar is judge of judges. The true test is that even after losing in a court, a lawyer feels that the view taken by just the court is one of the probable views and that the bench never offended him. This is what the working of Justice God has been throughout his career. Sir, the mammoth gathering here also fortifies this. Notwithstanding this position, Justice God has acquired in his career, he always remained humble and modest. Though Justice God is demitting the office as a judge of this premier institution, he shall always continue to be member of legal fraternity. The judgments authored by Justice God shall always act as guiding force for us. I am reminded of a famous quote by Oliver Wendell Holmes, a famous jurist and legal scholar, quote, "The great thing in this world is not so much where we stand as in what direction we are moving." I can vouch for the fact that contribution made by Justice God to the system of dispensation of justice has assured that it is moving in the right direction. Justice God has been fond of sports. He has represented his college in the hockey during graduation. He is playing golf since 2008 and is fond of playing cricket and watching the same. Justice God is very fond of variety of perfumes, and the same can be experienced while sitting or standing beside Justice God. On this occasion, I convey my best wishes to Justice God for all his future pursuits and wish him a happy, healthy, and fascinating future. I, on my behalf and on behalf of the state of Rajasthan and all the law officers of the state, extend my best wishes to Justice God and his family members and pray Almighty that his lordships may have long, healthy, and happy life ahead and be successful in all his future pursuits. Thank you, sir.
Respected Honorable Chief Justice and the esteemed Honorable Justices, Honorable Mr. Justice Ashok Kumar Gaur and Mrs. Indu Gaur, Justice Ajay Rastogi, former Judge Supreme Court of India, Justice Prakash Gupta, former Judge Rajasthan High Court, Shri Mahinder Shandilya, President Rajasthan High Court Bar Association, Shri Kamal Sharma, President The Bar Association Jaipur, Shri Ravi Bhansali, the President Lawyers Bar Association Jodhpur, Shri Deepak Thanvi, Joint Secretary The Bar Association Jodhpur, my learned colleagues, learned senior advocates, learned members of the bar, officers of the registry. We have assembled here to bid a warm and affectionate farewell to the most flamboyant, handsome, most well-dressed, wittiest, and yet the warmest gentleman of the legal fraternity, our very own Sir, Honorable Mr. Justice Ashok Kumar Gaur, who is retiring after rendering meritorious, distinguished, and absolutely impeccable services to the Rajasthan High Court, both as a practitioner and an honorable judge. It is really difficult to summarize and highlight in a few words the sparkling career of Honorable Mr. Justice Ashok Kumar, but I shall try. Sir got enrolled as an advocate in the year 1984 and started practicing at the Honorable High Court in 1988. Sir was standing counsel for various government departments and Rajasthan High Court. Sir was designated as senior counsel in January 2011, and since then, Sir did not limit his practice only to the Honorable Rajasthan High Court, but also led it to the Honorable Supreme Court. Sir was enjoying the peak of his career with various reportable judgments as feathers in his hat and brilliantly clean clientele. Sir's legal skill, acumen, command over both the languages and aura were never hidden from the members of the bar, but also reached out to the bench when Sir was elevated on 16th May 2017. Sir lived up to his name Ashok and ruled like no one else. Even with such aura and magnanimity, Sir was extremely congenial in court. He would address the lawyers by their name and would raise queries in the most friendly manner possible, making no one whatsoever uncomfortable in his court. Sir gets most of his traits from his father, who was an extremely endearing personality, and I had the privilege of knowing him closely due to his acquaintance with my father. People referred to Sir's father as Bhaiya, as he was the most approachable and comfortable person to make conversation with. Sir is truly his father's son. I still remember how I used to go to Sir's office to brief him when he was still practicing, and how he would make us briefing counsels extremely comfortable and understand everything to the depth of it. Sir would not only shower us with knowledge, but would also make sure that he praises us in front of the client in order to generate our confidence. Such was Sir's style and compassion. Sir's legal acumen and skills are known to all, apart from the fact that he's a versatile personality who is extremely fond of playing golf. He's an embodiment of simplicity, courtesy, compassion, and judicial rectitude. Apart from his legal achievements and qualifications, Sir is known for the happy and humane gentleman that he is. He not only followed the law, but also looked at the progressive side of the spectrum. Sir's courtroom felt not only comforting and smooth to us regular practitioners, but also aspiring to new lawyers and interns. Not only within the court premises, but Sir would be remembered for the love and blessings he showered at various functions where he would personally meet everybody, putting behind the complex protocol. How can we forget the fact that Sir till date does not believe in chauffeur-driven court vehicle and prefers driving himself? Such was Sir's humbleness and grace. No doubt, Sir's retirement and parting will always be painful, but he shall always occupy the softest corner in our heart. Additionally, I would want to give a heads up to Sir. Now, Ashok Bhai Sahab, that us lawyers would be pestering him again with various legal queries, calling him at wee hours of the night, seeking his guidance, and would look forward to celebrating occasions with him like we used to earlier. This is not just a goodbye, but also a welcome. I, on behalf of Bar Council of Rajasthan and on my own self, wish Sir the very best in all his future endeavors and pursuits. Long live the king.
Honorable the Chief Justice Sri Augustine George Massey, Honorable Justice Sri Ashok Kumar Gaur, Honorable Judges of Rajasthan High Court, Sri Mahendra Singh Singhvi, Advocate General Rajasthan, Sri Kapil Prakash Mathur, Vice Chairman, Bar Council of Rajasthan, Sri Ravi Bansali, President, Rajasthan High Court Lawyers Association, Jodhpur, Sri Mahendra Shandelia, President, Rajasthan High Court Bar Association, Jaipur, Sri Kamal Kishore Sharma, President, the Jaipur Bar Association, Jaipur, officers of the registry, presiding officers of the judicial court, senior advocates, member of the bar and legal fraternity, ladies and gentlemen, family members of Honorable Justice Sri Ashok Kumar Gaur. Today, we all are here to bid farewell to Honorable Justice Sri Ashok Kumar Gaur, who is remitting the office on attaining the age of superannuation. The proceeding of this afternoon can never remain part heard, for today we met but to part. Parting in whatever conditions it may be is always full of regrets. His Lordship Justice Sri Ashok Kumar Gaur was born on 25th September 1961 at Alwar, Rajasthan. Lordship Justice passed his early education from Kishangarh and thereafter passed BCom examination in year 1980 and from PNB Gujarat College, Indore. In the year 1984, Lordship Justice acquired the qualification of the law graduate from University Law Campus, Jaipur. His Lordship was enrolled as an advocate in the year 1984 and started his legal practice in the year 1988 under the guidance of Sri G.S. Singhvi. Thereafter, Lordship started his independent practice at High Court from July 1990 and practiced in various fields of law. While the practice, Lordship was remained as standing counsel for Income Tax Department and panel lawyer of the Rajasthan High Court since 2006. Lordship Justice designated as senior advocate by Honorable Rajasthan High Court on January 2011. As a designated senior advocate, Lordship Justice also practiced in the Supreme Court of India since January 2011. As an advocate, Lordship Justice remained an standing counsel for various government departments like Medical and Health Department, Irrigation Department, Ajmer Vidyut Vitran Nigam Limited, Sanskrit University, Private Medical College University, and etc. Lordship Justice Shri Ashok Kumar Gaur elevated as additional judge of Rajasthan High Court on 16th May 2017 and thereafter took oath as a permanent judge of Rajasthan High Court on 29 June 2018. His Lordship legal acumen is reflected from the fact that he has conducted a matter with equal efficacy in almost all the branches of the law like civil law, constitutional law, labor law, tax matter, etc. and has expertise knowledge in civil and criminal matters and enjoyed very high reputation as a lawyer amongst the members at bar. As a judge of Rajasthan High Court, His Lordship Justice served his creativity and active participation in various fields of law. His Lordship is very kind-hearted, generous, soft-spoken, and ever-smiling personality. His Lordship turnover as a judge of Honorable Court has full of glory, and it will be remembered by the members of the legal fraternity for all times to come. His Lordship always maintained cordial relations with the members of the bar and encouraged the younger generation of the bar. As a judge, His Lordship rendered many important judgments in all branches of law. Parting is always painful, and more particularly when parting company is with someone who is very near to you. The parting is as inevitable. The bar will always has the memories of His Lordship Association. I, on my behalf and on behalf of Rajasthan High Court Advocate Association, Jodhpur, bid His Lordship a very warm farewell and best wishes will always with Lordship. Thank you.
My Lord, Honorable the Chief Justice of Rajasthan, Honorable Justice Ashok Kumar Gaur Sahab, Honorable Judges of Rajasthan High Court, Shri M.S. Singhvi, Advocate General, Rajasthan, Shri Kapil Prakash Mathur, Vice Chairman, Bar Council of Rajasthan, Shri Deepak Thanvi, Joint Secretary, Rajasthan High Court Advocate Association, Shri Mahendra Shandilya, President, Rajasthan High Court Bar Association, Jaipur, Shri Kamal Kishore Sharma, President, the Jaipur Bar Association, Jaipur, and the senior advocates and members of the bar, officers of the registry, and respected family members of Honorable Justice Ashok Kumar Gaur Sahab. We have assembled here to bid farewell to Honorable Justice Ashok Kumar Gaur on his superannuation and indeed to join the celebration of the career of my Lord. It is felt that if the judges of the constitutional courts were appointed for life, people would have loved to see you on the bench for your Lordship's entire life. Justice Gaur, a charming, handsome personality, apart from being one of the most courteous person I have ever came across. Honorable Justice Gaur was extremely courteous, not even outside the court, but when someone comes in the court from outside, he would never forget to say hello to him or to wish him. As a personality, he has been absolutely charming like a Hollywood star and was also always found liked by everyone around him. He is a fitness freak, but at the same time having a magnetic personality, carried an unparalleled charm. His exceptional versatility led to the senior designation in the year 2011, which can be termed as icing on the cake. Your youthful exuberance eclipsed your age extremely well. We wish constitutional restriction of 62 years did not apply to you, and it had a proviso permitting personalities like you, who had always remained womanly, youthful and industrious to the core, to serve as a judge for life. Justice Gaur was known for the preparation which he used to do while working as a lawyer, as well as He used to prepare the files with proper notes and flags thereupon with thorough preparation. The above meticulous way of working can be seen even have been reflected when your lordship's judgment. Whenever I have the occasion to appear before your lordship, I found each and every point raised by any lawyer was duly dealt by your lordship's Justice Gaur. These proceedings are meant to share some thoughts on the meaningful contribution of Justice Gaur, share words of goodwill, best wishes, and express gratitude to his lordships on the behalf of the members of the bar who desire to say something on the human persona, hardworking, and uprightness of your lordship. Justice Gaur was born on 25th September 1961 at Alwar. After acquiring education of law in the year 1984, the circumstance and destiny compelled Honorable Justice Gaur to shift from his hometown, that is Kishangarh Bas, to Jaipur, and to join the office of Honorable Justice G.S. Singhvi in the year 1988, and thus started practice in Rajasthan High Court. And being a man of a strong will, Justice Gaur, after shifting to Jaipur, gave a complete flight to his personality with his strong and able wings. Justice Gaur started his independent practice at the High Court from July 1990 and practiced in various fields of law. He remained standing counsel for the Income Tax Department and panel lawyer of Rajasthan High Court since 2006, and also served as a standing counsel for the various government departments like Medical and Health Department, Irrigation Department, Ajmer Vidyut Vitran Nigam Limited, Sanskrit University, and various private medical universities. Justice Gaur was conferred the designation of senior advocate by the High Court in the year 2011, and thereafter he practiced in the High Court as well as in the Supreme Court of India as well. Honorable Justice Gaur was elevated as an additional judge of Rajasthan High Court on 16/5/2017 and took oath for permanent judge on 29th of June 2018. Justice Gaur has been recognized as being pleasant personality on the bench as well as off the bench. Behind his amicable personality as a judge known for giving patient hearing to everyone, his persona has resulted in admiration, abounding affection and respect from the members of the bar. Father of Justice Gaur, late Shri Om Prakash Gaur, was a renowned criminal lawyer at Alwar district, and his brother Dr. Atul Gaur is presently posted as principal specialist at the Community Health Center Kishangarh Bas. He has two sons, elder one Mr. Avdesh, presently studying MS Robotics in Delaware University, USA. Younger son, Mr. Anirudh, is studying in the third semester of 5-year LLB course from the OP General Global University, Sonipat. The litigant public of Rajasthan will remember Justice Gaur as a kind-hearted person who had the zeal to provide equitable justice to all. As the president of the Rajasthan High Court Lawyers Association, I believe I speak for all its members when I say that this court is going to miss a judge who was equally courteous inside as well as outside the court, yet very firm when it was necessary to maintain the dignity and decorum of the court. Today, as we bid farewell, please accept our best wishes while we pray Almighty God to grant you and Mrs. Gaur, I, on my behalf and on behalf of Rajasthan High Court Lawyers Association, Jodhpur, wish you longevity, good health, happiness, and active, fulfilling next chapter. Thank you.
Honorable the Chief Justice, Augustine George Massey Sahab, and all the judges of the Rajasthan High Court at Jaipur and Jodhpur. Honorable Justice Ashok Kumar Gaur Sahib and his family members. Honorable Justice Ajay Rastogi Sahib, former Judge Supreme Court of India. Shri M.S. Singhvi Sahib, Learned Advocate General, State of Rajasthan. Shri Kapil Prakash Mathur, Member Bar Council of Rajasthan. Shri Deepak Thanvi, Joint Secretary, Rajasthan High Court Advocate Association, Jodhpur. Shri Ravi Bhansali, President, Rajasthan High Court Lawyers Association, Jodhpur. Shri Kamal Kishore Sharma, President, the Bar Association, Jaipur. Respected members of the bar and members of registry, I stand before you all today with a heart full of mixed emotions as we bid farewell to our beloved Ashok Bhai Sahab. It is both a privilege and a dull moment to speak about a man who has been a cornerstone of our professional lives, mentor and a beacon of justice. It is not uncommon for senior advocates to possess a deep understanding of the law and work tirelessly on cases. But what sets Gaur Sahib Apart is his ability to combine legal expertise with personal qualities. When I think of Justice Gaur Sahib, it brings back a fresh memory of smart, good-looking, flamboyant senior advocate wearing a glaring shades, walking in the courtroom like a rock star, argue like a thorough gentleman, and greet his opposite counsel like a lost friend. Justice Gaur Sahib combination of legal prowess and friendly demeanor not only makes him a great lawyer, but also a remarkable human being and a respectable judge of our High Court. His tireless efforts, motivation to young lawyers, and his willingness to let them argue without fear have set an example for young lawyers across the courtroom. As we look back on his illustrious career, we are reminded of the countless cases he has presided over throughout his journey. Justice Gaur Sahib has exemplified what it means to be an honest, diligent, and most upright judge of this High Court. Farewell, and may your retirement be filled with the same happiness and fulfillment that you have brought to all of us. I, on behalf of the Rajasthan High Court, Bar Session, Jaipur, wish all the best to Hon'ble Ashok Bhai Sahab. One more thing. One of my youngster who is a student regularly coming to this corridor has prepared a portrait of Ashok Gaur Bhai Sahab.
माननीय मुख्य न्यायाधिपति श्री एजी मसीह साहब, माननीय न्यायाधिपति श्री अशोक कुमार गौड़ साहब, उपस्थित माननीय न्यायाधिपतिगण राजस्थान उच्च न्यायालय जोधपुर एवं जयपुर पीठ, माननीय न्यायाधिपति श्री अजय रस्तोगी, फॉर्मर जज सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ इंडिया, माननीय न्यायाधिपति श्री प्रकाश गुप्ता जी, फॉर्मर जज राजस्थान हाई कोर्ट, श्री महेंद्र सिंह जी सिंघवी साहब, महाधिवक्ता राजस्थान सरकार, श्री कपिल प्रकाश माथुर, वाइस चेयरमैन बार काउंसिल ऑफ राजस्थान, श्री महेंद्र शांडिल्य, अध्यक्ष राजस्थान हाईकोर्ट बार एसोसिएशन जयपुर, श्री दीपक थानवी, संयुक्त सचिव राजस्थान हाईकोर्ट एडवोकेट्स एसोसिएशन जोधपुर, श्री रवि बंसाली, अध्यक्ष राजस्थान हाईकोर्ट लॉयर्स एसोसिएशन जोधपुर, वरिष्ठ अधिवक्तागण राजस्थान हाईकोर्ट जोधपुर एवं जयपुर पीठ, रजिस्ट्री के सदस्यगण, बार एसोसिएशन के उपस्थित सदस्यगण, आज ये सभा माननीय न्यायाधिपति श्री अशोक कुमार गौड़ साहब के सेवानिवृत्ति के अवसर पर विदाई समारोह पर आहूत की गई है। माननीय न्यायाधिपति श्री अशोक कुमार गौड़ साहब का जन्म 25 सितंबर 1961 को हुआ था। आपने बीकॉम एलएलबी करने के बाद वर्ष 1984 में बार काउंसिल ऑफ राजस्थान में एडवोकेट के रूप में पंजीकृत करवाया और वकालत प्रारंभ की। आपको 16 मई 2017 को माननीय राजस्थान उच्च न्यायालय में न्यायाधिपति मनोनीत किया गया। इससे पूर्व आपने वर्ष 1988 से माननीय राजस्थान उच्च न्यायालय में वकालत प्रारंभ की। आप आयकर विभाग के स्थायी अधिवक्ता और राजस्थान उच्च न्यायालय के वर्ष 2006 से पैनल अधिवक्ता रहे। जनवरी 2011 में आपको वरिष्ठ अधिवक्ता राजस्थान उच्च न्यायालय के रूप में नामित किया गया और उसके पश्चात आप कई बार माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय में भी वकालत करे। वर्ष 2017 में न्यायाधिपति मनोनीत होने के पश्चात आप निरंतर राजस्थान उच्च न्यायालय में सेवाएं प्रदान करते रहे। आपके न्याय निर्णयों ने विधि के कई सिद्धांत स्थापित किए हैं और आपके न्याय निर्णयों को अधीनस्थ न्यायालयों, उच्च न्यायालयों निर्णय करने के संदर्भ में वरीयता प्रदान की जाती रही है और आगे भी की जाती रहेगी। आप अत्यंत ही मृदुभाषी, सरल, सहज एवं मिलनसार व्यक्तित्व के धनी रहे हैं। आप सदैव बार एवं बेंच के मध्य मधुर संबंध, समन्वय, सामंजस्य के मजबूत पक्षधर रहे हैं। आपने कई अवसर पर बार एवं बेंच के मध्य मजबूत मध्यस्थ की भूमिका निभाई है। आपके माननीय न्यायाधिपति के रूप में दिए गए निर्णय सदैव उत्कृष्ट स्तर के रहे हैं, जिनको माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने भी अनेकों अवसर पर सराहा है। आपने हमेशा युवा अधिवक्ताओं को भी न्यायिक क्षेत्र में आगे बढ़ने के लिए प्रोत्साहित किया है। आप क्रिकेट के बेहतरीन खिलाड़ी रहे हैं। मुझे भी चीफ जस्टिस 11 वर्सेज एजी 11 के मैच में खेलने का अवसर तो हालांकि नहीं दिया गया, लेकिन कमेंटेटर के रूप में मैंने मेरी भूमिका निभाई थी और बहुत ही बेहतरीन मैच था जिसमें ऑनरेबल जस्टिस अशोक गौड़ साहब ने अपना बेहतरीन परफॉर्म किया था। आपके सेवानिवृत्त होने से सभी अधिवक्तागण, पक्षकारान, न्यायिक अधिकारीगण आपके मार्गदर्शन से निसंदेह वंचित रहेंगे, परंतु हमें विश्वास है कि आपका मार्गदर्शन एवं आपके सुझाव सदैव हमें निरंतर प्राप्त होते रहेंगे तथा उससे संपूर्ण न्यायिक जगत सदैव लाभान्वित होता रहेगा। अंत में आपके सेवानिवृत्त होने के विदाई के अवसर पर मैं अपनी अवधि बार एसोसिएशन जयपुर की ओर से हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं प्रेषित करता हूं एवं परमपिता परमेश्वर से आपके दीर्घायु जीवन एवं भावी जीवन में स्वस्थ जीवन की कामना करता हूं एवं विश्वास है कि संपूर्ण न्यायिक जगत को आपका मिल रहा मार्गदर्शन एवं सहयोग भविष्य में भी निरंतर मिलता रहेगा। ऐसी हमारी कामना ही नहीं, हमें पूर्ण विश्वास है कि आप अपने माननीय राजस्थान उच्च न्यायालय से विदाई के उपरांत भी हमें मार्गदर्शन एवं अपना सानिध्य प्रदान करते रहेंगे। आपके उज्जवल भविष्य के लिए बहुत सारी शुभकामनाएं।
Honorable the Chief Justice, Mr. Augustine George Massey, my esteemed colleagues on the bench, Honorable Mr. Justice Ajay Rastogi, former Judge of Supreme Court and my Guru Bhai, and Honorable Justice Prakash Gupta, former Judge Rajasthan High Court, Mr. M.S. Singhvi, Advocate General State of Rajasthan, Mr. Kapil Prakash Mathur, Vice Chairman Bar Council of Rajasthan, Mr. Deepak Thanvi, Joint Secretary Rajasthan High Court, Advocates Association Jodhpur, Mr. Ravi Bansali, President Rajasthan High Court Lawyers Association Jodhpur, Mr. Mahendra Shandilya, President Rajasthan High Court Bar Association Jaipur, Mr. Kamal Kishore Sharma, President the Jaipur Bar Association Jaipur, learned senior advocates and members of the bar, members of the Rajasthan Judicial Services and officers of the registry, friends and family members, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and my respected bhabis who are sitting on my right side. I'm too deeply moved and touched by generous and undeserving tributes showered on me, so much so that I am at loss of words. 29 years of active practice at bar and 6.5 years on bench as High Court judge. I have traversed this journey with great learning both at the bar and the bench. I, after passing my LLB degree, did not join the legal profession as the same was not my first choice. I was rather inspired from my maternal uncle, who was a colonel in the Indian Army, and after watching his disciplined life since my childhood, I aspired to join the Indian Army. My late father, Shri Om Prakash Gaur, who was also a lawyer, had his own plans for me as he wanted me to appear in the Indian Civil Service examination or to pursue being a lawyer. However, even after making my best efforts, I could not make it finally, so I had to reconsider my future plans. My mother and my sister both encouraged me to practice at the High Court Jaipur bench as they wished for me to excel in the profession. It was in July 1988 when I moved from my hometown to Jaipur to join the office of a senior lawyer. I was a stranger in the city as I had no family or friends here. I, as a student of law, while doing LLB in University Campus Jaipur, had heard very high of Sri G.S. Singhvi Advocate as the most outstanding lawyer of the town. My local guardian, Mr. Ravi Mathur, now a designated senior advocate, also suggested that I join the office of Sri G.S. Singhvi Advocate. I was fortunate enough to get an entry in the office of my Guru, Sri G.S. Singhvi Advocate, as a junior. Right from the first day till my Guru was elevated as a judge of the High Court, I learned that hard work, honesty, and dedication are key to becoming an advocate. My Guru was a hard taskmaster and believed in perfection. At the time of joining the office of my Guru, I had other colleagues who were already working, and there I met Sri Pella Singh Advocate, Sri Rajesh Raj Tumad Advocate, late Sri Sanjay Parik Advocate, Sri Viren Loda, now Senior Advocate, and Sri Nish Gupta Advocate. Sri S.P. Sharma and R.S. Chauhan also later joined our office. Eventually, I realized that the lawyer's profession is a very demanding and intense. Another source of my inspiration was my father, who was a renowned criminal lawyer and finally skilled at the art of cross-examining the witness. He was a graduate in literature and further passed his LLB from Christian College Indore and was also fondly known for his wit, sincerity, and hard work. He had a robust common sense and a great command over language. During my practice as a lawyer in the High Court, my father had no occasion to make any assessment about my performance. However, after joining the bench, whenever he read some of my orders or judgments, he always quoted Shakespeare and said, "Brevity is the soul of the wit." He always asked me to write shorter judgments loaded with legal issues. When I entered in the profession, there were several stalwarts in the profession, and I had the fortunate occasions to learn a lot from senior advocates like late Sri Bhajanlal Sharma, senior advocate, late Sri Sagarmal Mehta, former advocate general, late Shri C.K. Garg, Senior Advocate, late Shri M.I. Khan Didan, Additional Advocate General, late Shri S.R. Bajwa, Senior Advocate, late Shri Mridul Madul, Senior Advocate, late Shri M.R. Kalla, who later on became Judge of the High Court and one arch rival of my guru in profession, late Shri N.K. Joshi, Senior Advocate, late Shri B.P. Agrawal, former Advocate General, and Shri R.M. Lodha, who later retired as the Chief Justice of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankar, who is presently Vice President of India, and several other lawyers who were in the first rank. I remember that apart from senior advocates in the first rank, there was a second line consisting of very competent and seasoned senior lawyers like Shri A.K. Bhandari, Shri Kamlakar Sharma, Shri Ajit Kumar Sharma, Shri Ravikant Mathur, Shri Gopal Kumar Garg, Shri Paras Quad, and Shri A.K. Gupta, and many more. I would also like to mention the name of Shri Rajan Prasad, whom I found to be very competent lawyer right from the first day of joining the bar, and he is now a designated senior advocate. As a young lawyer, I was mesmerized by the judges who were adorning the bench, like Shri Mahendra Bhushan Sharma, Shri V.S. Dave, Shri N.M. Kasliwal, Shri S.C. Agrawal, Shrimati Mohani Kapoor, Shri R.S. Verma, Shri Jasraj Chopra, Shri Dhankalal Mehta, and many more judges of such great caliber and integrity. I would like to mention my inclusion in the group of lawyers who were sitting under a tree, and the same was called Tree Club. It was a group of about 30 lawyers, and 7 of them have shifted on the other side, that is bench, like Justice Shri Ajay Rastogi, who demoted office of a judge of the Supreme Court of India, Shri Justice R.S. Chauhan, who later on demoted office of Chief Justice Uttarakhand High Court, Shri Justice Mohammad Rafiq, who demoted the office of Chief Justice of Himachal Pradesh, Shri Justice M.N. Bhandari, who demoted office of Chief Justice of Madras High Court, and Shri Justice Viren Sarada, Justice Shri S.P. Sharma, and I was like the last nail in the coffin. The other members of the Tree Club are all seasoned lawyers who are doing very well in the profession. I have missed their company in these past years. I hope to have a good time again with them. After the elevation of my guru, I started my independent practice and in inheritance got old files of due course. I vividly remember that all courts gave very patient hearing even to the young members of the bar, and we were given full opportunity to make submissions. I would like to narrate an incident of the year 1992 when I was staying in a rented house in a low-lying area in Sodala, and due to heavy rains, my house was flooded. I lost everything and all my belongings. The members of the bar at that time unanimously came to my rescue, and even some funds were collected and handed over to me by the then President and Secretary of the Bar Association. I felt humbled and thankful to them for their kind gesture. However, with all humility at my command, I humbly refuse to accept the same. I would also now narrate that Brother Justice Rastogi was having very good practice at that time, and for a particular time, he diverted all cases to my office in order to help me. I go down in reverence. I was very lucky to meet Shri A.K. Bhandari, senior advocate, as he was not only my good friend, but a guide too. He was my critic as well and informed me from time to time about my shortcomings in the profession, which I was to improve upon, and rightfully so. In the year 1994-95, on account of transfer of judges from different high courts, I had an opportunity to appear before several notable honorable judges like Shri Ansuman Singh, Shri M.P. Singh, Shri P.P. Naulekar, Shri V.S. Kokje, Shri V.G. Palsikar, Dr. B.S. Chauhan, Shri V.K. Bali, Shri J.S. Verma, Srimati Gyan Sudha Mishra, as well as the then Chief Justices like M.G. Mukherjee, Shri Shivraj Patil, Dr. Lakshmanan, Dr. Shri Anil Dev Singh, Shri S.N. Jha, Shri J.M. Panchal, and Jagdish Bhalla. These honorable judges encouraged the young members of bar who were fully prepared with their matters. I gained a lot of experience while arguing the cases before different benches, and the result of the case was immaterial. Rather, the satisfaction of arguing a case with the best of my ability and competence I had in my command. I got an opportunity to visit Hague in Holland in the year 99 to attend a course of 3 weeks on private international law organized by the International Court of Justice. It also led me an opportunity to observe the functioning of the International Court of Justice as well. I would like to thank Professor K.B. Agrawal, who guided and encouraged me to attend this course. In 2001, I got an opportunity to attend a conference in Amsterdam on the theme of pluralism in law. Additionally, in 2005, I had attended another conference in Siena, Italy, focused on the subject of religion and law. After spending a few years in the profession, I needed young lawyers to assist me, and at that time, Shri Pradeep Kumar Advocate joined me as my first associate in the year 1998. He is a very hard-working professional, and I am glad that he continues to do very well in the profession today, even today. I had other associates who worked with me from time to time, like Shri Vijay Dutt, Shri Ankur Rastogi, Shri Yogesh Pujari, Shri Akbar Khan, Shri Shruti Mishra, Abhishek Gupta, who is practicing in Supreme Court now. I remember that somewhere in the year 1996-97, judges like Anshuman Singh Ji and Shri MP Singh Ji, who came from Allahabad, asked me to accept the empanelment for Revenue Department of Government of India. But I was reluctant, and this was not my area of practice. However, they asked me to learn new branch of law, and I accepted it with all humility. I also got empaneled as advocate of our High Court due to choice exercised by the then Chief Justice Shri S.N. Jha, who had other plans too for my career. However, I was enjoying being a lawyer and satisfied with my professional graft. In our bar, we have a great sports person and senior advocate, Shri Kamlakar Sharma, who suggested that I play golf as already some lawyers were playing. I joined the said team in the year 2008 and had a wonderful time with my friends. Due to my judicial obligations, upon joining the bench, I could not continue to play with them. However, I hope that now they will not hesitate to include me in their four-wall for playing. In the year 2011, the full Court of High Court conferred designation to several advocates as senior advocates, and I was one of them. At the time of my designation as senior advocate, I already had very competent associates with me in my team consisting of Ashwini Jaiman, Ajashatru Meena, Himanshu Jain, Ajay Chaudhary, Samar Sharma, Chandragupta Chopra, Shashank Agrawal, Deepak Soni, Darsh Parikh. My clerks, Ved Prakash Gupta and Cheetar Singh, were backbone of my entire office. As a senior advocate, I was briefed by many young lawyers, and I want to thank all of them for holding their confidence in me to argue the matters. I would like to add that any junior counsel who came to brief me, I always insisted them to draft the pleadings, to take out the latest law, and to prepare a brief synopsis. My intention had been to inculcate those habits which I learned from my office of my guru, as I wanted the young lawyers to prepare themselves for their future. In the same year, I lost my very good friend Sanjay Parikh, advocate, who passed away due to heart ailment, and his two sons, Darsh Parikh and Daksh Parikh, are now practicing lawyers in this court. In the year 2013, the then Chief Justice Shri Amitav Roy thought of my elevation, and he came to know that I was not too keen, and as such, I was convinced that lawyers have to pay back to the society, and in the interest of institution, the lucrative practice should be sacrificed. My father was also of the same opinion, and as such, things were removed. Off the record, I'll narrate. Justice Rastogi is sitting here. He called me on telephone. He said, Ashok ji, बहुत कमा लिया, अब इधर आ जाओ. Friends, as destiny would have it, the things did not materialize for the reasons best known to the system, and I again became a very happy lawyer. I must express my gratitude to Justice Amitav Roy and other members of the Collegium who had shown faith in me and found me eligible for elevation as a judge. I would like to mention few outstanding judges before whom I appeared as a lawyer, like late Shri Justice Shiv Kumar Sharma, Shri Justice R.R. Yadav, Shri Justice S.K. Kishore, Shri Justice Prem Shankar Asopa, Ms. Bela Trivedi, now Judge of the Supreme Court of India. Then came the year 2016, and Justice Ajit Singh, who later on demitted Office of Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court and presently occupying the office of Lokayukt in state of Odisha, again asked me to take this assignment for serving the people of state and institution. I thank and express my greatest regards to Shri Justice Ajit Singh Ji and other Collegium members for giving me this opportunity to work as a judge of this court. I also thank and express my gratitude to the then Chief Justice Shri Naveen Sinha, who later on demitted Office of Judge of Supreme Court of India, as he did not allow me to change my mind for elevation and step back. After my elevation, I lost another good friend of mine, Mohammad Iqbal, who also died due to cardiac arrest, and his son Khijar Iqbal is practicing here now. In May 2017, I began my term as a judge of the court, and I found that the then Chief Justice Shri Pradeep Nandrajog was heading the entire team. Shri Nandrajog Saab is a very fine human being and a great judge. I recollect my first day in the court sitting with him in the division bench, and before entering in the courtroom, the Chief Justice said, Ashok, you are an independent judge and don't agree to what I say. I also had various occasions to work with several other Chief Justices and fondly recollect the outstanding Chief Justices like Shri Ravind Bhatt, presently Judge of the Supreme Court, Shri Indrajit Mohanty, Shri Akhil Qureshi, Shri S.S. Sinde, and Shri Pankaj Mittal, presently Judge of the Supreme Court. Upon joining the bench, I had the privilege to work with Justice Ajay Rastogi, who dominated office as Judge of Supreme Court of India, Justice Sangeet Raj Lodha, Justice P.K. Lohra, Lokayukt of the State of Rajasthan now, Justice G.K. Vyas, Chairman Rajasthan State Human Rights Commission, Justice Govind Mathur, former Judge of the Allahabad High Court, Justice K.S. Ahluwalia, Justice K.S. Javeri, Justice Sabina, Justice Mahendra Kumar Maheshwari, Justice Alok Sharma, Justice Prakash Gupta, Justice Pankaj Bhandari, and Justice Sandeep Mehta, now Chief Justice of Guwahati. I also spent wonderful time with all my colleagues who sit at Jodhpur, like Sri Justice Arun Bansali, Justice Vijay Bishnoi, Justice Manoj Garg, Justice Pushpendra Bhati, Justice Dinesh Mehta, and Justice Nidhi Mathur. I have always enjoyed the company of my colleagues on the bench and also cracked a lot of jokes and spent wonderful time with them. My colleagues at Jodhpur are known for their hospitality and warmth. I shall always cherish those good moments spent with them. I would like to say a few words about my brother Chief Justice Augustine George Massey, who is an outstanding judge and a very learned and able administrator. The High Court will be benefited from his rich experience and acumen. Justice Manindra Mohan Srivastava, who is with us, is a very respected and celebrated judge and has been delivering very notable and landmark judgments. His knowledge in all branches of law is amazing, and he has always been good to me, and I express my gratitude to him, and he is an asset to our High Court. My other colleagues on the bench at Jaipur are doing their job in a splendid way, and I have always enjoyed their company like anything. As far as my term as a judge of this court is concerned, I am nobody to say on it, and I am before you. My endeavor right from the first day of my elevation till the last day to the bench has been to keep in mind the oath of office which I had taken, and I have always tried to discharge my duty in just and rightful manner without fear or favor, affection or ill will. I would like to quote the words of well-known American writer Cardozo. I quote that in long run, the guarantee of justice depends upon the personality of the judge. Personality not in the sense of whether the judge was good-humored or lost his temper or quarreled with the bar, but the judge's personality is his upbringing, his outlook, everything that went to make of him a man, I unquote. I consider myself to be very blessed as members of the bar have always rendered good assistance to me in the cases and judgments delivered by me are the outcome of the assistance which I have given to me by the members of the bar. I would like to extend my gratitude to the members of the both bar associations at Principal City at Jodhpur and Jaipur, from whom I received tremendous support from advocates both at Jodhpur and Jaipur who were very cooperative and courteous. The young members of the bar are the future of this institution, and they are doing very well in the profession. My only advice to them would be to follow the old principles of this profession. The young lawyers are good in drafting, research work, and communication skill. However, court craftsmanship is learned by experience, and they have to gain it by passage of time and learning from the senior members of the bar. I hope that youngsters would keep in mind the old saying that Rome was not built in a day. They must have patience and eagerness to learn from seniors. We have many seniors designated and otherwise, and they are jewels of our bar. My request to all such seniors would be to guide the young members and able to have interaction with them. The respect of senior members of the bar cannot be by way of command, but it has to be earned. My term as a judge would not have been complete and successful without full cooperation of the staff attached to me who worked with me tirelessly. My present private secretary, Shri Dalpat Singh Solanki, is a sincere and devoted to work so much that he has rendered an outstanding job and has always ensured my life and lives of my members' family to absolutely smooth and hassle-free. He not only took care of the official work, but also discharged his duties in respect of other jobs which were assigned to him from time to time. My other staff members, Srimati Preeti Asopa, PS, Shri Himanshu Soni, Junior PA, Miss Monica Chuk, Junior PA, Shri Mahesh Chand Sharma, Court Master, Shri Nayan Kumar Siota, my earlier PS, and Satish Bora, my earlier Court Master, Shri Ashok Kumar Meena, Library Restorer, Shri Hitin Sharma, Junior Assistant, Shri R.K. Sharma, Junior Assistant, and Shri Jagat Bahadur, Usher, have performed their job very well in an outstanding manner. I am also fortunate to get full support and assistance from all offices of the registry, like Shri Chandprakash Shrimali, Registrar General, Shri Ajay Singh, Registrar Vigilance, who is a very fine and efficient officer, Shri Pramil Mathur, Member Secretary, Rajasthan State Legal Service Authority, Shri Suresh Chand Bansal, Registrar Administration, Shri Balkishan Goyal, Registrar cum CPC, Shri Shiv Kumar, Registrar Classification First, Shri Jagat Singh Pawar, Registrar Classification Second, Shri Shakti Singh Shekhawat, Registrar Headquarters at Delhi, Dr. Manoj Kumar Soni, Registrar Judicial. Likewise, my gratitude extends to Shri Narendra Singh Bhadoria, Joint Registrar Protocol, and entire protocol section team, including Shri Sujit Singh, posted at New Delhi, for the protocol service discharged by them. So also I am thankful to Shri Gulshan Arora and his CO cell and team, and Shri Bhavani Singh and his library team for providing their timely service as and when required. Appreciation also goes to medical assistance provided to me and my family members, Dr. Ajay Purohit, Dr. Rajesh Gupta, Dr. Ashok Sharma, and also Shri Gopal Lal, male nurse, and Shri Nishan Sharma, physiotherapist. I am also thankful to Shri Suren Singh Pawar, Head Constable, Shri Shakti Singh Yadav, Constable, Shri Kaluram, Constable, Shri Krishna Kumar, Chauffeur, and other employees who are rendering their services at my home as domestic help, and also the police personnel deputed at my home for providing security to me and my family members. The assistance which has been given by my two legal researchers is outstanding. Ms. Sakshi Singh is a very hardworking, devoted, and sincere. Shri Laksh Sharma is also very hardworking and keen to learn more and more. They were on their toes by updating themselves with the latest law and the legal developments, and also briefed me about the latest law, not only about High Court, but of the Honorable Supreme Court as well. Their assistance made my job convenient, and I extend them my best wishes in their future and express my gratitude for assistance. I would like to share with you all the feelings I have about this institution, the Temple of Justice. The common man still feels it is the judiciary alone which will protect his right. The recent survey, which was published in the newspaper last week only, also showed the result of a survey as to which institution the people have faith. We all know that judiciary has been ranked at the top, and majority of people have given their first preference to the judiciary. Friends, this institution requires that lawyers as well as the judges who work for the common man give their best assistance in achieving such goal. The institution is not known for its infrastructure, but it is known by the people who work for the institution. Our thoughts, words, and actions reflect our personality. My endeavor in this entire journey has been to uphold the majesty of law, and I always try to follow the footsteps of my seniors to achieve this goal of access of justice to the common man. I completed my journey in this profession not on account of my personal traits and efforts, but on the account of contribution of my well-wishers and my colleagues, both at the bar and the bench. My family members, including my wife and children, who always stood like a rock behind me and supported me during this profession, as well as the job which I am doing as a judge. I know that they had to make a lot of sacrifice in order to make sure that I perform my duties properly. They did not have any expectation and only wished that I perform my duties diligently and in rightful manner. God has been very kind in his blessings on me, and I owe my success to the Almighty. Saying goodbye will not be appropriate for me, as parting is always said. However, I intend to see you and meet you all in future with good memories and an everlasting impression which I have gathered in the institution in the last 35 years. Thank you very much, and Jai Hind.